Welcome back to another special episode of Making Stuff with Fishy. We're going to make a medicinal plant today. Um, Not all games are going to need this medicinal plant, but you could probably just change it a bit if you want to make it something different. So first off, we will steal a piece from over here, because that's how we roll. Stolen. Oh, shoot. Let's hit P now. Selection, switch back. Now when we... There we go. There we go. Perfect. And that keeps our pivot point in the middle. Looking good. I'm going to shrink that down a little bit. Let's be a little plant, but we can still use this. Let's do a little farther, and then we'll stretch it out to make it a little thinner. Very good. Perfect. Okay, so let's copy that again. Find our coordinates, flip it sideways. If we can figure out which way that is, that'll work. Shrink her down. Alright, zoom her in. Okay, now we'll make some kind of foliage on the end of this plant branch, and then we'll set them all over, and then we'll angle them to make it look like a bush. Should be fairly easy, but we'll see how we do this. Come in with a blank mind and just make something up every time is what we do. Alright, so let's change the shape on that. More of a leaf shape. Okay. Shrink it down. That's the noise it makes when you do that for some reason. A few more shoops. Ready to go. Okay, got a leaf. I'm going to make sure that we are on the right spot for we can use tricks. We're going to just hit 0 up here. Make sure we're exactly 0 on these. And that one already is. Perfect. Okay. Just gotta make lining things up, making them look good a little easier. Something like that. Maybe we'll go a little skinnier for more of a leaf look to it. Put a line down the middle. We could do whatever you need to do to make it more like the foliage you are trying to make. Take another one, copy it, shuffle her over, change the angle a bit. I'm not sure if it's this one. It is, but we need to go the other way. Minus 15 maybe. A little farther. Maybe minus 45. I'm gonna guess that's what we want, but I'm not sure. Oh, that's the wrong angle, my bad. That's the wrong one. So just shuffle through all of them and make it take as long as possible if you can, like I did. Just kidding. Alright, I found it, and that's probably the wrong angle. So let's do minus 15. That's going to be probably more what we're looking for. It's a little hard to see, so get yourself in a good spot. Okay, we are going to shrink this one. Something like that. And we're going to go over a little bit again, and then probably do minus 20. See if that's a little more appropriate. I'm just trying to get a good angle. It looks pretty good. Right. So that's pretty good. Maybe we can go a little skinnier. Probably both of them. So let's do them separately for we don't cause any issues. There we go. Something like that. That looks pretty good. You do you to make yours look good, because I don't know what you're making. What kind of plant you're making. If you're just following along with me, just do as I do. Oops, we're going to have to undo that. Yeah, just do as I do as we undo it. And we'll go back here and we'll move it in this mode. It's just great to move them around in the other mode, causes a few issues. So we'll copy that. see which way we gotta go. I think it's this one. We'll go. Nope. Okay, probably this one then. Perfect. We'll just change the angle to the exact opposite. So we'll do 20. Got some leaves in the same spot. May have to shrink these a bit more, but let's just kind of get what we need together first, and then we'll put it together. And if we have to shrink it, it won't be such a big deal. Shift D again, and this time we'll go to 0. Let's move it back to 0 here. I don't know which one it is. Just hit 0 there, put it back. Now we're going to hit probably this one, 90. And I'm just making a medicinal plant. If you're making something different for your game, just make whatever's good for you. Should keep it the same height, I suppose. And we'll shift D, put that on the other side too. It was the top one. And we'll shrink them a little bit. Should be able to shrink them together. And I got a little news. I hear we might be getting our other videos for importing done this weekend. We're going to have to see how that goes. But it's talking to the great queen herself. And she's talking about doing it. So we'll see what happens, guys. Now, we can spread these out a little bit more. If you're happy, if you're not happy, you're going to have to decide on your own kind of what you're happy with. I'll shrink those a little bit. Look a little better. May have to move them around a little bit, but you're going to get the idea. The idea is there. You're making a medicinal plant for fixing problems. We'll go minus 25. It might look a bit better. Maybe move it just a hair. So we'll do 25 this side. Just trying to find a sweet spot to make it look really good. You may have to shuffle it around. You may have to do whatever with your own, but you'll get there. You'll get the right spot. We'll duplicate this one. Drag it out, duplicate that one, drag it out, and now we got to figure out the angles. It's probably going to be here to change it back. Nope, that's not it. So let's do 105. I think that should be right. Maybe more than that. 115. Something like that. Maybe a little farther. We're just going to make this one really short. A little thinner. Okay. Maybe we'll delete that one. Get this one into place, just for they'll be a little more symmetrical. Something like that. Again, you may have to move them around. I'm just giving you an example, and I'm going real quick, but I think you're getting the idea, hopefully. Alright, same thing on their side, and then, let's see, we added 30, so we would want to be 45. That actually looks better on this side. I don't know what angle. Let's go a little more. 125. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, I think we got the look we're going for. So well, let's just go ahead and attach. Yeah, all these. We'll click the middle leaf last to keep our axis nice and straight. Control D. Alright, perfect. So, up to you if you want to attach it to your branch at this point. Make sure it's in a good position to attach to your branch, if you're going to. I could have swore I just joined those. I must have missed it. Okay, I'm going to go back. I must have hit the wrong button. Control J. Like I said, we should be joined now. I don't know why that didn't work. Perfect. Just put it right at the end of there. Maybe you want to put a bit of life into your leaves, right? What you could do is just grab the end of each one and just kind of curve it down a little bit. You could do a couple other things to just give it a little bit more life, but I think this is going to do for an example for you guys. But we will, let's attach this to that branch right away. So Control J, drag it out. Why didn't that work again? Control J, there we go. Okay, now we're attached. because we already used something colored, it just colored the whole thing. Not a big deal. So what we're going to do now is find the right angle up and down. So I think it's going to be like this. Yep. Perfect. But maybe before we do that, actually, let's just copy this and move it around a few times. Okay. I don't know what the right one will be, but let's try 45. Perfect. We'll just put them kind of randomly all over the place. Shift D, copy that, and let's do 90 this time. You get the idea? Gonna have to kind of just randomize them a little bit and move them around. We'll do the angles after. We're just gonna kind of set up a little bit of pattern here, or as much as we can, not a pattern, I guess, until you're satisfied with the look of your plant. Alright, and you may have to do it a little different. Depends what you're making. I'm just giving you an example of how to make bushes and that type of stuff. So let's Shift D. Let's do minus this time. We'll do minus 45. Sorry, I didn't mean to click that a second time. And just wind it into place. Maybe go a little lower with this one. Just randomize it a bit. Shift D. We'll do 90, minus 90. Okay, and as you see, we're just working our way around the tree. And maybe this one will go up, just to give it some more randomness, right? Make sure it's in the tree. Okay, and I missed the tree. Just spin around maybe at one point and make sure all the points you're trying to get inside of your tree are in the tree. You can shrink down the branches as we go up the tree if you want, so it kind of gets smaller towards the top. Maybe this one too a little bit. Okay. Looking pretty good. I'll do a few more and then we'll just put it together because we're just making an example for you guys. If you're able to do this on your own time. So I think we want to do, what would it be? 15. I think it's 135. We'll see. Yeah, that looks about right. It's probably about there. This one's pretty high, so we'll shrink it. Okay. Maybe do one more near the top again. Shift D. 180? Or no? I think it's 180. Yep, perfect. Math is not my strong subject, but building stuff is. Alright guys, move it into place, and now we'll start angling things once you've got it where you want it. Okay, let's shrink that down maybe a little bit. Again, they shrink as they get bigger and higher towards the end of the tree. I'll move this guy up a little bit. I'm just going to randomize a little bit more, just to give it a better look, for it's just kind of branches wherever. Now you're probably going to want to do quite a few more branches, but I think you get the idea. Okay, let's start off with this one and see if we can either connect it on an angle so it looks like it's leaning off the top branch, something like that. Let's see which one it's going to be. Okay. So probably 105. Nope. 75. Alright, that looks about right. Just kind of randomize them all the way around. Look as best as you possibly can. Okay. Get the idea. I think it was 75 for these. Yeah. That one looks pretty good. Maybe shuffle it over here. And it's just going to be an easy way to stand them up. 75 for they're on the right angle, looking more like a bush. And again, you're going to have more, so yours should look better than mine at this point, because I'm only giving you an example. 75, and we'll just shift them all, and then still make sure that they're still connected right. That one needs to be shuffled over a little bit, and you can see when they need to be moved. Alright, 75 still, I think. Yep. This might change as we get to the other side. Nope. I guess since it's the same control point, it's fine all the way around. you get the idea. We're on the right angle all the way around, basically. Now we will, what we got to really do, and again, you're going to have more branches than me because you're going to have your bush thicker. We're just going to color the leaves now. What we can do is we could have went back actually and colored the first leaf and then just placed them colored, but not a big deal, I don't think. Let's go ahead and attach all our branches once we're sure they're in place, just to make things easier for coloring. Make sure you're all good. Grab all your branches. And maybe there's so many you don't know if you've got them all. Grab that last. What you're going to do is just pull up. And if anything's left behind, you haven't attached it. And then right click to put it back where it was. So you'll be able to see if you missed one or not, or a few. Another way you could do it is as you're attaching them. As you're putting them on, you can just attach them right away if you don't want to get confused what's attached and not attached. And then all that's left really is just color them. So let's quickly color some leaves. I'm not sure. I'll flip to edit mode. And then hopefully we'll grab them all. Now we're going to have to grab each leaf, unfortunately. So yeah, we probably should have colored before we made them. My bad. Not going to be a big deal. If you want to go back a couple steps and color before, you can always undo if you need to. And I apologize, I make mistakes here and there because I don't plan this out. We just go on the fly. So that's how we roll. Alright, just keep grabbing leaves. Sign. And we are starting to get the look of our herbal plant now. Now if you wanted to add little green fruit to this, per se, you totally could, or whatever, maybe red berries, depends what you're trying to make. I'm going for a medical herb. So I'm not going to add red berries, but I think you get the point. And should be pretty easy to get them all colored, nice and easy here. Make sure you're assigned on the right color. It'll switch when you click off things. Alright, last one. Alright guys, and remember to finish off your tree nice and evenly, give it a good look, and it should be good. You should be good to go. Should look good in your game. Remember to check out Fishtin, my game. It's available on Steam. Show me some support if you've been enjoying what I've been doing for you guys. Remember, thumbs up, subscribe, like, and thank you for watching, guys. Have a great day.